Boom! What's up, everybody? What's going on, guys? I'm down here in TTG headquarters in Miami, not in my home office. So I got a little bit of a different background here today. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream, and we have a damn good one in store for you today. Another solid green day in chat. Guys, we're continuing to finish out what has been a fantastic month. We started the week off strong. We got 2 trading days left in August. And then I'm going to welcome September with open arms. We have a lot of data coming out tomorrow, some economic data, some Fed members are going to be speaking, a lot of opportunity. I think you're going to have a volatile day in the markets tomorrow. We got to talk about the game plan. The stock market crash continuing a little bit here today from Friday. We got to go over, where does this end? Where does it stop? Is it just getting started? And I'm going to go over all the trades and everything that we were able to do inside a chat with us today in True Trading Group. So welcome. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group. And I've been doing this, folks, for going on 16 years now. And I began my career working at a fund in New York City. My very first job out of college. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the worst stock market crash that most of you have ever lived through. But I actually went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards in 2008 when all hell was breaking loose. Right. So, but now fast forward today, I'm the head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group. And along with my team of 8 other professional trading moderators, it's not just myself and True Trading Group. There are 8 other professional traders that are with you live throughout the entire trading day, calling out trades, providing you market commentary, and answering your questions. Along with my team of 8 professional trading mods and an over 20-person staff, we've helped thousands of traders all over the world become consistently profitable. And TTG is the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level of trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, workshops, webinars on stocks, options, futures, crypto, on all styles of trading as well. We day trade, we swing trade, and we also do go over long-term investing in TTG. At True Trading, guys, we take our university level curriculum and we combine it with today's top financial tools that are worth well over $5,000 a year if you went to purchase them directly from the companies on your own. We also give you access to 10,000 of the most educated, active, supportive, and helpful community of traders and investors. And of course, real-time trade alerts from myself and the 8 other professional mods that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% for the last 2 years. We're a family at True Trading Group, folks, and we leave no trader behind. If you guys are new to the YouTube channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. I do this 6 days a week. Okay, I do this 6 days a week. Okay, I do this 6 days a week, so make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these lives. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us here today. I would share this stream on your own social media as well. Let's reach out, let's educate, let's empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. All right. So like I said, for those that are just joining us, folks, like I said, welcome. There will be pain. Quote, words that have lived rent-free in the heads of every single trader and investor over the weekend and into today as they heard Jerome Powell's message from last Friday's Jackson Hole meeting. They heard it loud and clear. They also stood by and watched the recent stock market rally and the mass exodus out of bear markets that took place last month in the overall markets. They saw all of that unwind. Right? They saw that big rally out of bear market territory that happened in August. They saw it all unwind there on Friday as the stock markets continued to crash there on Friday. And especially with futures gapping down here this morning. And then from last night, you had further downside here today. But the market began to stabilize a little bit towards the end of the day. And throughout the middle of the day, we kind of had some sideways action in the overall markets. And it's exactly what we talked about yesterday on my live stream. Like I said, you never want to miss out on any one of these lives because I go live 6 days a week. And we went over very specifically yesterday on my live stream where I told you guys I think we're going to get another red day today, but a small red day. Nothing as major as you saw on Friday, and you got it, right? We're down 0.67%. So some follow-through selling pressure, okay, from Friday's big sell-off candle. You got a little bit more downside here today, but nothing major. Now, you didn't have another 3% sell-off today. Okay, you did not have another 3% sell-off today. We kind of talked about that yesterday, right? But we might be setting up for a nice turnaround Tuesday, right? I'm calling it a little turnaround Tuesday. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Okay. Now, what I want to talk to you guys about here real quickly first, I know I discussed it last night, but it definitely bears repeating again, because honestly, you all have to get ready now for massive amounts of doom and gloom. Massive amounts of people talking about, well, this time it's different. Inflation's high, the stock market's crashing, disease, international economic crisis is everywhere. Is this a SMELE? SMELE, that's a word that we have created right now. Okay, we created it yesterday on the live stream. It's an acronym, SMELE. For those that missed last night's live stream, we coined that new term, SMELE, which stands for Stock Market Extinction Level Event, otherwise known as the end of the world. Art Cashin, the man that I respect immensely, the man that every single professional market participant respects immensely. He's the most experienced trader on the New York Stock Exchange. He's managing director of UBS Financial Services and has been trading professionally on the New York Stock Exchange for longer than most of you have been alive. He once said very famously, "Don't bet on the end of the world. It only happens once." And he has been consistently right about that, right? You don't want to bet on the end of the world because it only happens one time. You're about to get the narrative of financial apocalypse from the mainstream media, because the fear that they're going to stir up in you is what they rely on to make money. They don't make money when you make money. They make money when you give them your attention, when you give them your views, when you give them your time, when you give them their viewership, right? When you click on their articles, when you read, when you watch their videos, that's how they make money. So they're going to scare the crap out of you, because that's actually the emotion that gets the most views. It's fear. There's been many studies about that. And that's exactly what they're going to do. But what if Jerome Powell just actually did every single trader and investor a huge favor? What then? But the fear, the apprehension, the uncertainty that you all feel right now, okay, are clogging your judgment. Now, let me explain what I mean by that, because yes, Jerome Powell did say that expect pain as we raise interest rates to get down inflation. But what if this immediate pain spares us from much greater pain of a really bad, severe recession later? What about that? Not enough people are talking about that. Yes, we are already in a technical recession, but it's not a real recession because unemployment is still 3.5%. You can't really have a real recession with unemployment at a 5-decade low. Okay, so we're in a technical definition right now of 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, but nobody really feels it right now. Yeah, you feel inflation, but you don't feel a recession because the labor market is so strong. Yes, that labor market will soften over the next couple of months, but it has to, right? You can't get a hold on inflation without some softening in the labor market, because the wage inflation is just too much. Wage inflation is a huge component of inflation, and with the jobs market as tight as it is, that wage inflation is not going to really subside. You need the job market to solve. The market's insane right now, and it's not sustainable. You have nearly two open job positions for every one person looking for a job. That's not going to help bring down inflation. That has to ease. But the good news is, okay, that the job market, it doesn't have to break. All right. It doesn't have to break. It's actually the strongest job market that you've had in several decades. And thus far, in my opinion, that job market is going to actually act as a buffer from a really bad recession, a 2008 style recession where unemployment could spike to 10%. I don't see that happening. And I think it's largely thanks to how strong the jobs market is right now. There's been a lot of other situations throughout history where you've had recessions, much worse recessions, where when you went into the recession, the jobs market was not as tight and as strong as it is today. So the strength of the jobs market, although it will weaken, I'm not saying we're going to stay at 3.5% unemployment. That's not what I'm saying at all. Unemployment will rise over the next 3 to 6 months. Okay. The jobs that are open, those will decrease over the next couple of months, but that's the softening of the jobs market that you need. But you're starting from such a point of strength that I think that acts as a little bit of a buffer. It acts as a little bit of a shield to protect the economy from a really bad recession. And guess what? Also, inflation is currently on its way down, right? It's peaked. It's on its way down. Friday, we learned that core PCE price index, which is the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, was up 4.6% in July from a year ago. This is down from 4.8 in June and down from the 5.3% peak in February. But it's still well above the Fed's target of 2%. The Fed wants to see that number down to 2%. It's encouraging to see inflation coming down and moving in the right direction. And honestly, I agree fully with Jerome Powell's comments when he said we must stick with this until the job is done. And that's 100% true. You do not want the Federal Reserve to stop. You don't, because we've tried that before. The 1970s is a prime example. The 1970s, inflation started to run higher. The Fed came out, they raised rates, inflation started to come down, they stopped. Inflation started going back up again. They came in, they raised rates, inflation started to come down, they stopped, inflation then went back up again. And that's exactly what happened to inflation throughout the 1970s until Paul Volcker came to town as chairman of the Federal Reserve. And in order to get inflation under control, because inflation went all the way up to around 14%, that's unsustainable. And Paul Volcker came out and just took the sledgehammer to the U.S. economy and to inflation, and he jacked interest rates up to like 20%, and that brought inflation down. But it also caused a massive recession in 1980, and then again in 1982. You had a double dip recession in the early 80s once Paul Volcker jacked interest rates up as high as you could ever imagine in order to bring inflation down. He was successful in cracking the back of inflation. Inflation did come all the way down, but at the expense of the unemployment rate going up over 10%. Unemployment went to around 9.2 or 9.7%, if I'm not mistaken, in 1980. And in 1982, it actually got over 10%. That is extremely high unemployment. That is a real recession. That's a recession that everybody feels because your neighbor loses their job, you lose your job, everybody, it's like, whoa. Now, that is exactly what Jerome Powell is trying to avoid, which is why you want Jerome Powell to be aggressive against inflation now while unemployment is 3.5%, not later when inflation is out of control and you've got to slam the sledgehammer down on the economy, which will make unemployment jack all the way up. But Paul Volcker did not start his rate hikes with unemployment at 3.5%. It was already much elevated than it is from today, which is why I do not believe that you're going to have a situation where unemployment is going to jack up to 10%. I don't think that needs to be the case. Inflation is already working its way down. So what the Fed is doing is already beginning to work. They have a lot more work to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that, hey, job's over. No, job is not even probably halfway over, or maybe best case scenario is halfway over. Inflation is still far too high, and they need to bring that inflation number down. But the fact that unemployment is 3.5, while you've already seen inflation peak, that's a good thing. If unemployment started to go up, well, inflation was still going up, that's a problem. That's not what you have right now. Unemployment has actually gone down from June to July. You went from 3.6 to 3.5, when inflation went from 9.1 to 8.5. That's exactly what you want to see. Okay, that is exactly what you want to see. Now, listen up. Listen to me carefully, because indirectly, I believe that Jerome Powell did every single retail investor a favor. And most of you are probably consumed with fear, doubt, anxiety, and you can't see the forest through the trees. So let me help you. Turn off the news. Turn off CNN, turn off Fox, turn off CNBC, turn off Bloomberg, turn off everything. Listen to me for a minute. Let's play a game. This is going to be called the what if game. Okay, what if? What if during the stock market crash of 2020, when the world was literally consumed by a new deadly virus and the planet was on total lockdown, what if instead of hoarding cash at that moment because you thought the world was going to end, what if you invested in companies like NVIDIA, Tesla, Datadog, Occidental Petroleum, Chipotle? Right? What if you did that instead? Right? What if you did that instead? Well, let's just take a look. What if you invested in NVIDIA in 2020 instead, when everybody told you that the world was ending? Even after NVIDIA has gotten absolutely crushed, down 50% this year, you'd still be up 200%. You'd still be up 200%. Now, what about Tesla? What about if you invested in Tesla when everybody told you the world was ending? Even though the markets have pulled back all of 2022, Tesla, you're still up 750%. What about Datadog? Datadog, another stock, down 50% this year. You're still up 200% from 2020. How about Occidental Petroleum? You're up 450% from 2020 when the world was ending. What about Chipotle? When the world was ending, you're still up 200%. The point that I'm getting at to you guys is that if you take a look at some of these stocks, when people tell you the world is ending and it's the absolute worst case scenario possible, that is actually when the greatest opportunities present themselves. And you don't want to sit here and try to catch the exact bottom of these stocks when you're talking about your long-term portfolio. You ask any professional that does this for a living, anyone that manages billions of dollars for a living, not one of them will tell you, yeah, you should try to wait and pick the exact bottom. Not one of them is going to tell you to do that. Not one of them actually do that. So if you have professionals that have been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years, that manage billions of dollars a year, that make millions of dollars a year in doing it because they're good at it, if they would not try to pick the exact bottom, what in God's name makes you think you are good enough to pick the exact bottom? It's ridiculous when I see people that are retail traders and investors that try to pick the exact bottom. Okay. That's just not even something that I think people should be considering right now, trying to pick the exact bottom, because you're never going to be able to do it. It's like if I said to you, it's like, oh, you want to pick the exact bottom? And as I said to you, hey, you know what? Why don't you do this? Do me a favor, spend all week, go find me, take a picture of a unicorn being ridden by a leprechaun. Go spend the next 5 days. Go try to find that for me. You're going to waste your time because it's impossible. You're never going to find it. It doesn't exist. So spending your entire investing career trying to pick the exact bottom, fool's game. Ask any professional and they'll give you that exact answer that I just gave you. So why is that retail investors try to do the same thing? The point is that when the world is panicking and it's the end of times and it's a SMELE, I keep saying SMELE, SMELE, stock market extinction level event, that's when opportunities present themselves. And remember, the world was ending in 2020, right? Look where we are now. Look where we are now. That's the point that I'm trying to get at. The stock market was insanely overbought there in August. We were way too pessimistic in June. We were way too optimistic in August. And now the markets have come back to a sense of reality where, hey, the Fed's not going to stop raising rates. Inflation's still high. Yes, inflation has come down, but it's so high the Fed's not done yet. We were very overbought in August. I did a live stream 2 weeks ago. Just go back and watch my live stream from this time period, from right in here. Just go back and watch my live streams from these dates. I gave you a buyer beware, literally was like the title of the YouTube video. Buyer beware, that the pullback was coming. And I told you guys that we're going to get a pullback that's going to take you back to around 390. And we're just not at 390 yet. We're at 402 and change. But I think that we're going to get down to 390. That's going to be my target on this pullback. And then we're going to look and see, did inflation come down again in the month of August? In a couple of weeks, you're going to get CPI data for August. Now, if you have another situation where the CPI number comes down 40, 50, 60 basis points, like it did from June to July, if it comes down another 50 basis points from July to August, then you have to look at that 390, 388 level in the SPY as an area to potentially start adding stuff in your long-term portfolio. The stock market, like I said, guys, there it is. There it is. There's a leprechaun riding a unicorn. There it is. Look at that. And Adam just used his new app. That is his favorite new app. He just just used that. Very nice. There it is. Okay. But the point is, guys, that this sell-off that you saw on Friday, what did it do? It sparked a lot of renewed interest from retail investors and traders. And it's creating tons of action in the stock market, which means more volatility. Typically, July and August are not volatile months. This week is actually one of the slowest weeks historically in the entire year because it's right before Labor Day. Everybody's on vacation. Volume is typically very light, but not this year. This year, I expect this week to be actually pretty crazy. You're going to get a ton of economic data. You've got 3 different Fed members are going to be speaking. There's going to be so much economic data and potential catalysts to move this market this week. And just look at what the markets have done so far in July and August. I mean, just take a look at what's happened. This is not a slow trading period at all. This is what I mean by this is the greatest trading and investing environment that I've ever seen in my 16-year career, because there's never been a moment in this market this year where the markets were slow for longer than like 4 days. You don't have this like 3 to 4 week lull period. No. The market is moving around, ripping people to the upside, crashing back to the downside, and that's providing traders like us with tremendous opportunity. Remember, volatility is a trader's best friend. Now, speaking of opportunity in the stock market, at True Trading Group, guys, we empower the retail trader. That is the goal of the TeachD platform, to give you access to not just the education, but the tools that professional traders use so that you can increase your chances of success. Part of that empowerment is helping with a lot of the heavy lifting that comes along with identifying profitable trades. One of the key advantages that you will have as a member of True Trading Group is knowing what professional traders are going to do before they actually do it. Every day in True Trading Group, we come on and we tell you guys, these are the stocks that we're looking at. This is our game plan. I'm going to look to buy the stock here. I'm going to look to sell the stock there. We're going to short it here. I think the stock's going to go here. We tell you exactly what we're going to do before we actually do it. Myself and the 8 other professional traders are there with you from 7:30 a.m. Eastern all the way through until the market closes. We are not gone after 2 hours and you're just left to fend for yourself. But every single day before the markets open, we go over a watch list and we go over our game plans. And today, I told everybody in chat pre-market around 9:15 before the markets even opened, I told everybody that my number one trade idea for the day was going to be short AMD. Okay. AMD is where I made my money today. This is a textbook, absolute beautiful short off of a very key resistance level. And this we absolutely crushed it today. Members jumped in put options. I shorted the stock itself because whenever I trade a large cap, I will always alert you, even though I'll trade the stock. Okay. I trade with a large account, so I'll trade the stock, but I also alert members to, hey, I'm going to short the stock here in front of 91. But if you want to follow me on the trade, you can go after the September 9th expiration, $90 strike put option. And a lot of members, that option was around $3 a contract, went all the way up over $4 a contract today for a big time win for members. But I will always tell you, okay, here's an option contract that you can follow me on the trade if you would like. Now we have a quick little video clip. Now remember, I'm going to show you this video clip here. It's about 2 minutes long where I go over with you my exact game plan on AMD. What I'm about to show you is exactly what you can expect as a member of True Trading Group. This takes place every single day, not just pre-market, but also during the market hours when the markets are open, because the mods and I are talking to you on the microphone like I talk to you now. We share our screen with you so you see exactly what we're looking at, and we tell you what we're going to do before we actually do it. The video clip I'm about to show you is not from this YouTube stream. It is from our chat room earlier this morning at around 9:15. Let's go ahead. Let's play that clip. AMD is a stock that I'm going to really look at today. AMD is sitting on the 50-day moving average, but then you have this resistance level around 91, right? So it's like, you see this level here at 91. Take a look at the bottom left of my screen. You have the support from the 24th, and then you have Friday's close. If you get a push higher off the open, let's say the markets try to bounce and the markets try to recover off the open, that probably takes AMD back up to 91, 91.25. If AMD can't get over that level, I'm going to look for that to possibly an area where we can get short and then look to fade AMD back to the 50-day moving average that sits around 89. All right. So I think we can have a pretty nice trade there, maybe a $2 trade there on AMD, but I'm really going to gauge what is the relative strength or weakness on the semis compared to the SPY? Because again, if the SPY bounces off the open, and if we go all the way back up to the prior day's close, if AMD stays red, I'm going to short it. If AMD just rips back to like 93, I'll take a step back because that means that the support at the 50-day moving average is stronger than the resistance at the 100-day. The 100-day moving average has been support for AMD all the month of August. You look at that purple line on my screen, support, 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 support. You broke it Friday. Now you're underneath it. So I'm playing this as, is that 100-day moving average now resistance? It was support all month. Is it resistance now? Then we'll look to roll it over and then go back down to 89. Okay, so resistance at the 100-day, support down at the 50-day. That makes that game plan very simple and straightforward. That's what we're going to be looking for here today. All right, that's going to be AMD. So there you have it, guys. Okay, so that was my analysis. Again, what you just listened to was from early this morning before the market even opened. When I tell everybody, and again, this is the advantage of being part of True Trading Group, because it's not just myself, there's other professional traders, and we will tell you exactly what we are to do before we even do it. That's how some of our members, which are now about 10,000 members in True Trading Group, that is how we are able to capitalize on what we're. That's how we're able to capitalize, how they're able to capitalize on everything that we are doing. Okay. So let's go over the AMD trade. Okay. So what I want to cover with you guys here on this AMD trade. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to continue and we're going to go over this. Okay. So what we're looking at here on this AMD trade, so like I said, you just heard it over on the video clip that we just played. So what we're going to do here now, I want to show you exactly what we just said on that video clip. And you guys can see very clearly, we talked about 91, right? I said 91, that's going to be the level. Okay. 91, that's going to be the level. And what you guys can see, you get this previous pivot low, right? That previous support level. And then it also lines up with the closing price from Friday. Okay, the closing price there from Friday. And you heard me say right there on the video clip, guys, if you push up to 91, I'm going to look for 91 to be resistance. And sure enough, here's that 91 level. We pushed right up to it. Resistance, resistance, resistance. And then we jumped in and we got short AMD right there in front of 91, just like we said. And the stock just rolled over today all the way down now, $88.37. And we were able to rip profits off the table all along the way. This is a beautiful trade today. This is where I made my money. A very stress-free trade. Did exactly what we had expected. Did exactly what you just heard me talk about there on the live or on the video clip from earlier today. And I'm actually still short a piece of this position. I took profit off 3 times. I'm still in a small piece of this position. I'm going to hold it overnight because just, AMD was very weak today. We kind of cracked underneath that 50-day moving average. And that is something that we're going to be looking at there for tomorrow. But again, that's an example of that a lot of the heavy lifting that we do. Okay. That's an example of the heavy lifting it is that we do there inside True Trading Group. That's the advantage that you have, okay, as being part of a member of True Trading Group. You're going to know, what am I going to do? What are the other professional traders in True Trading Group going to do before we actually do it? Okay. So congratulations, my TG fam. If you guys made money today in chat, whether it was on AMD, if it was on other trades that was off the watch list and from the game plan, congratulations, my TG fam. If you guys made money today in chat, sound off. Tell me how you did. I love to hear about it when the whole team hits that AMD was a beautiful trade. And again, folks, that's where I made my money today. It was a really nice one. All right. So congratulations again, my TTG fam, on another beautiful day. Okay. So you guys have that. Now, let me actually also go on and kind of continue with kind of the topic that I was going over before we got into kind of the AMD trade. So let me explain something to you guys, because I actually have a prediction about a Santa Claus rally after a volatile pullback in the market starting in like September, October. And I want to, let me explain. Now, if you've been following my live streams for a while, you'll know that a couple of weeks ago, I made a pretty bold prediction in the stock market. Now, I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I don't come on and tell you, oh, look what the markets did. I tell you exactly what I think the markets are going to do. Just like 2020, March and April, go back and watch the live streams right here on this YouTube channel. I told you that I was going all in. I was buying everything I could in March and April. Go watch the live streams. They're right here on this YouTube channel because I thought it was the greatest investing opportunity of my lifetime. I didn't have the money that I have today back in 2008 when I was in my early 20s. So this was the greatest investing opportunity of my lifetime. And we took advantage of it. And I was very vocal about it on the live streams. Then at the end of 2021, September, October 2021, go back and watch my live streams right here on this YouTube channel. I told you guys that I was selling in my long-term portfolio in anticipation of a crash in 2022. Then on June 17th, I also told you guys that I was investing again in my long-term portfolio. On June 17th, I bought about 18 different stocks. Okay. And then I came on a couple of weeks ago and I told you, hey, buyer beware up here at this 430 level on the SPY. The markets are overbought. We're due for a pullback. And then I gave you a little bit more detail. My prediction, and for anyone that missed it, and I'll go over with you guys with regards to the SPY and the overall markets, was that you were going to get a pullback here into September and October. The markets are going to weaken out. You're going to get a pullback into September and October that takes you probably down into this range. This area is kind of the area that I'm looking for this pullback to take us. But then if inflation continues to come down at 40, 50, 60 basis point clips, if that is the case, then I think that pullback is actually viable. Now, hedge funds are extremely short right now. They're actually the highest percentage of net short since they have been in a long time. Okay, it's the most short that they've been since 2020, and it's the most short that they've been since 2008. Okay, hedge funds are not positioned for the long side. They're not. Okay, now typically when you have when you look at positioning like this, hedge fund positioning, it's actually a contradictory indicator. So when hedge fund positioning gets excessively short and excessively bearish, that actually is closer to a signal that the markets have bottomed and you're about to get a move higher. Versus once positioning gets overly bullish, that's actually a sign that the markets are potentially at a top. It's a contrarian indicator, okay? When the levels get excessively one-sided. Because once everybody's on the same side of a trade, all you need is one thing to go right. If everybody is short, you need one thing to go right. And that could cause a short covering rally, which is what, in my opinion, you saw in July. July was a short covering rally. Everybody was so pessimistic in June, the world was ending, and then what happened? Jobs numbers were better than expected, earnings were better than expected, and then inflation was better than expected. And all those shorts actually covered out of the positions, and now they got short again there in August. And they're capitalizing on this move to the downside, right? And I think there's more room to the downside on this. But the prediction that I made for you was, if inflation continues to come down at 40, 50, 60 basis point clips month over month, like it did from June to July, and that's the stickler, right? Inflation has to continue to come down at 40, 50, 60 basis point clips. If it does, nobody's positioned for the long. Nobody's positioned for the long. And that could cause an end of the year rally where the markets are weak September, October. And then if inflation comes down in August, inflation comes down again in September, that would allow the Fed to go 50 basis point hike in September, 25 to finish off the year with their last final rate hikes. And the markets, in my opinion, at that point, you'd see a short covering rally that can fuel a Santa Claus rally in November and December and actually take the markets higher going into the end of the year. That is a very realistic possibility. I know that's hard for people to imagine and envision after the markets just crashed on Friday, but it was equally as hard for you to imagine if I asked you on June 16th or June 17th, do you think the markets are going to rally? It would have been pretty hard for you to look at the markets at this time and say, oh yeah, the markets are about to rally, but they did. And now I know it's very difficult for people to think, oh, well, look what happened on Friday. That's it. The markets are just going to roll over. We're going to go down to 300. A lot of people can't really grasp the fact that you have so many positions short that you can get a pullback here. And then if inflation is actually continues to go down, you can get a rally that takes you into the end of the year. And that's a prediction that I'm going to stand by unless inflation does not come down. Okay, I don't know if inflation is going to continue to come down at 40, 50, 60 basis point clips. Nobody does. But if it does, I'm going to buy that September, October pullback, and I'm going to look to be long November, December going into the end of the year. And that's how I'm going to position myself and my money, and that's how I plan on profiting from that price action. And you guys can take that information and do with it what you want and as you please. And there's other people that seem to agree with me. Tom Lee, head of Fundstrat, right? Has the highest accuracy so far in his stock market calls since the 2020 crash. He thinks the market's going back to 4,800 by the end of the year. Now, I don't think we go back to 4,800, but I think we could go back to 4,300, 4,400. I do think that's actually very realistic and very possible. Also, an article that was just published on Friday, the title, JP Morgan sees the S&P 500 spiking to 4,800 by the end of 2022. That was an article that was literally just published on Yahoo Finance on Friday. Okay. So Jamie Dimon, don't forget, Jamie Dimon's the CEO of JP Morgan. He actually said that he sees an economic hurricane, but it seems like his analysts think otherwise. You know, Bill Besky, another one from BMO. He thinks that the markets are going back to 4,800 by the end of the year. So I'm not that bullish that we go to 4,800 by the end of the year, but I do think that a Santa Claus rally is something that's actually very possible. And there's the article right there on Yahoo Finance for those who don't believe me, right? So there it is. Okay, so and it really all comes down to understanding market positioning and the mechanics really of the market and mechanics of hedge fund positioning. Okay, so that's something that you have to really look out for going into November and December. Okay, so you've all been given a second chance. You know, you've all been given a second chance. Thank Jerome Powell. Because I got so many questions from people 2 weeks ago, like, oh, did I miss the bottom? Did I miss my chance? I didn't add anything in my long-term portfolio. And now the same people that were scared that they missed their opportunity 2 weeks ago, those same people now are completely panicking. Why are you panicking? You should be excited. This is exactly what you wanted. You wanted prices to come back down. You guys can use the volatility that's going to happen here over the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. Use that volatility to actually profit from the trading action by day trading, by swing trading, to the long side, to the short side, and call options and put options, because it's one of the greatest trading environments that I've ever seen. I've been doing this for 16 years. But then you can use that cash. Use that cash to invest in your long-term portfolios over the next couple of months. Remember, September and October are the weakest months of the entire year, historically. If you go back and you add up every September, every October, historically, it's the worst performing months of the year. So that's exactly when you want to look for deals in your long-term portfolio. You want to look for deals in your long-term portfolio when the markets are climbing back to highs. You want to look for deals when the markets are down. And I think you're going to get more downside here going into September. And then, like I said, if inflation does continue to come down, you got to look for November, December for the markets to move back to the upside. I'm going to map this live stream out for you guys. We're going to go over this a little bit further. I've got 5 questions that we're going to cover. These are commonly asked questions from members and non-members alike. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so. My Twitter handle is @MikeEdward_TTG. Again, that's @MikeEdward_TTG. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always posting trade ideas, market commentary. Go ahead there, give me a follow. These are going to be top 5 questions that we get asked from members and non-members alike. Then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my game plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow, Wednesday, I think has a potential to actually be really big days for the market, because you have tomorrow, you have the home price index comes out at 9 a.m. At 10 a.m., you've got consumer confidence, job openings, and then at 11 o'clock, you have the New York Fed president is going to be speaking. So you better get ready for a pretty active morning tomorrow. Housing data, home price index, job openings, consumer confidence, and then Fed member is going to be speaking. That Fed member speaking is very, very important, because the markets are going to want to see, do the Fed members that are going to be speaking here this week, do they back up and reiterate the same level of excessive hawkishness that you saw from Jerome Powell on Friday? Jerome Powell on Friday was the most hawkish that I've ever seen him. And it's because the market started pricing in rate cuts in 2023. And Jerome Powell never said anything about cutting rates in 2023, but yet the market started pricing that in. And people basically almost didn't believe the Fed that they were going to raise rates and keep rates elevated. So Jerome Powell came out excessively hawkish on Friday to get that point across. And he did so, and he did his job. And financial conditions actually tightened after he said that. Not a single piece of monetary policy has changed, but yet the markets have changed drastically. Words are a very effective form of monetary policy for the Federal Reserve. When the Fed members speak, markets react. So Fed members can actually adjust monetary policy, and rather not adjust monetary policy, but they can adjust financial conditions, which is a direct result of their monetary policy, and can help or hurt what they're trying to accomplish just by speaking. Just by Jerome Powell speaking in an aggressive, hawkish, blunt manner on Friday, interest rates shot up. The 10-year yield is back over 3.1. The 10-year yield went all the way back down to 2.7 just 2 weeks ago. It's now back to over 3.1. That is a tightening of financial conditions, which is exactly what the Federal Reserve is trying to accomplish by raising the federal funds rate to slow down the demand in the economy, to bring down inflation. So by speaking excessively hawkish, it helped the Fed. Jerome Powell did that very purposefully. It was very much so by design. It's the most hawkish I've ever seen him in his years as Fed chair. Now let's see if other Fed members back that up, or do other Fed members have a little bit of an easier tone? This is going to be a really important next couple of weeks. Don't try to trade through this environment on your own. I'm going to break down all these catalysts, and I'm going to analyze all of this with my members live inside of chat. We're going to be long, short throughout this entire volatile process. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what my game plan is for tomorrow. I think we have the potential, actually, possibly for tomorrow being a turnaround Tuesday. Sell off on Friday, continued lower today. I think it's possible the markets could bounce back. You can have a little bit of a turnaround Tuesday tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I plan on making money from it. Then we're going to be giving away $1,000 to one lucky TTG member, and then I'll open the live stream up to a Q&A session. All right, so we got a lot to get into here tonight. But before I move on, I have to welcome Burton. Burton, welcome to the TTG family. Everybody, welcome Burton. Okay, Burton, welcome. We do have some laptops here this evening. Adam got his hands on more of them. You guys are lucky because as of literally about 3 hours ago, I think it was. Yeah, it's 4:45 now. Yep, about 3 hours ago, we were giving away Kindles, but Adam was able to get his hands on 15 more laptops, which means there are now 14 left. Okay. I'm sorry. No, we had 14. Now we're down to 13. Sorry. We're down to 13 laptops now. Okay. So Burton just grabbed one. We're down to 13. All right. And then it looks like but guys, I'm telling you now, based on how quickly the laptops flew and we sold out yesterday, we had laptops yesterday. We sold out quickly. So based on what happened yesterday when we had free laptops, I'm going to assume we're going to sell out here this evening for these 13. You guys just have to, you know what? Let me just explain to you how to do this. Go make sure everybody has a chance at the free laptop since there's only 13 of them left. Make sure everybody has a fair shot at it. As promised, the price of our membership has actually gone up. Okay. And it's going to continue to go up until you get to September 5th. That's Labor Day at midnight. The price is actually going to go up to $13.50. Okay. So pay attention to me very carefully because tonight, anyone that goes to ttgoffer.com, if you enter the coupon code TTG121, you're going to get a 48% discount on our membership. It drops the price from $22.12 all the way down to $11.37. Okay, so the next 13 people that go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code, you'll get the $11.37 price point. That's it for the entire year. You don't have to give us, there's no upsells for courses or tools. You pay the $11.37, that's it. You're good for the whole year. And then you're going to get the brand new free laptop. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you guys know that you're getting one. It's going to be either an Asus, Acer, Dell, Lenovo, HP laptop. We ship anywhere in the world. We even cover the shipping costs. You live on planet Earth, we're going to get you that free laptop. You do not have to enter your address to get the free laptop. You'll get a welcome email when you join with instructions on how to claim that free laptop. Okay, again, this will probably be the last night for laptops. They were able to grab some about 3 hours ago. So we've got 13 of them left. So again, you go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, 48% discount, and you're going to get that brand new free laptop. Okay. The membership for $11.37 is all inclusive. Okay. You're going to get everything that we have access to. You're going to get access to all of our courses, all of our tools. There's no upsells for that stuff. You get the entire 18 course curriculum, which is a simplified version of what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. Joe, could you actually maybe post up the syllabus for me, please? So our viewers can actually just click on the link. They can see what they're going to get access to as a member of True Training Group. We're going to post a link, guys. Thanks, Joe. We're going to post a link, guys, inside of the chat. If you want to see the courses you're going to get access to for the $11.37, just click on that link. You'll see for yourself everything you're going to get. That also comes with $5,000 worth of premium trading tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Quote Media. These tools would cost you about $5,000 a year if you went to the companies directly. Don't do that. We've spent years building relationships with these companies so that we can offer their products on our platform at no additional cost to you. That's the value of the TTG platform. It's not just about trade alerts, okay? It's about the education and the tools that professional traders use to make better decisions and giving you access to them at affordable pricing. You're also going to get the real-time trade alerts, of course, from myself and the 8 other professional traders that have been able to maintain an approximately, cumulative win rate of around 80% for the last 2 years, and access to the best damn community of traders and investors that all share the same goal to learn, trade, and profit together. And of course, I didn't mention, you're going to get our double your money back guarantee. Now, chances are you're not going to need it, but it's very real, and it does exist to give you guys peace of mind. Okay. And I did not stutter. I said that you heard me correctly, a double your money back guarantee. It's actually quite simple. You have 12 months. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend the study group. If you do those 3 things and do not make your membership fee of $11.37 back at least one time during your membership, I'm going to give you double your money. I'm literally going to give you back $2,274. That's how confident I am in our platform's ability to help you reach your goals. I put my money where my mouth is. I come on these live streams, I talk a big game. I know it, but I back it up with a double your money back guarantee. Nobody else is willing to offer you a double your money back guarantee. We will. I have no problem doing it. Chances are you're not going to need it. That's why I have no problem doing it, because we've only had to refund roughly 2.5% of our members since 2016. Not to mention, we have a 78% retention rate, which means 78% of our members are renewing their membership since we started this company. We're also 5-star rated on Trustpilot with nearly 1,700 reviews. So based on what members tell us, the reviews they leave, based on our retention rate, based on our refund rate, I can very confidently sit here and tell you that True Trading Group has worked for thousands of people. And if you are willing to put forth a little effort, I'm confident it can work for you as well. Everything you get access to, it's on the checkout page. It's all included for $11.37. All of our courses, all of our tools. You never charge another dollar. You just have to use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price will say $11.37, and then check out. There's 13 laptops left. Remember, as long as you see one, that's how you're going to be getting one. This will not be cheaper on Labor Day. Labor Day, the price is going to be more expensive than it is now. And then midnight on Labor Day, it's going to be $13.50. So save yourself the over $200. You can get it right now for just the $11.37 price point. And listen, also, guys, this is also available to current trial members, previous trial members, and previous annual members. All right. But if you are a previous trial or previous member, and you guys want the $11.37 price with the laptop, don't go to teachtheoffer.com. We have to whitelist your email because the coupon code is not going to work for you. So send a text message to 786-505-4047. Again, that phone number is right there at the bottom of your screen, right over there. Okay. 786-505-4047. Send a text message right now. If you're a previous member, or if you have any questions about the TTG membership, you can send a question to that phone number right down there. All right. Get it? Got it? Good. All right, guys. So sorry about that little early sales pitch, but I did want to make sure that everybody is well aware so that you all have a fair shot. So let's move on to some more important stuff. We're going to get into the top 5 questions that we received here today, but we've got to welcome Steve, which means there are 12 laptops now left. All right, so 12 laptops left, guys. Welcome, Steve. Again, guys, go to ttgoffer.com. Use the code TTG121. That's how you know that you're going to get one of the free laptops as long as you see one in your checkout cart. There's 12 of them remaining. The price is going to go up at midnight tonight. It's going to continue to go up at midnight every day until we get to $13.50 there on Labor Day at midnight, and then we'll continue to raise the price from there to get back up to our original $22.12 price point. But you guys can grab it today for being on this live stream for just $11.37. Take advantage of it while it is still this cheap. All right. So again, welcome, Steve. But guys, again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Don't be shy. Send a text. Don't call. It's a text-only phone number, 786-505-4047. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's head on into the top 5 most commonly asked questions that we have received. All right, let's move it on. First question. Will the stock market crash from Friday continue to get worse? How can we position ourselves for success? My opinion is yes. Yes, but I don't think the word should be, will it get worse? Maybe, will it go lower? I think is really a better word, because worse, what does that mean, worse? Right? Like, worse. I don't necessarily think that the market's going down means that it's worse. If anything, I think the market's going down is better. How many people are on this live stream that did not take advantage and invest in their long-term portfolios in June? Most of you. Most of you did not take advantage of that. I know TTG members did. Members took advantage of the June 17th sell-off. But many people that are not members didn't. So will the stock market crash from Friday? Will it continue to get worse? Will it continue to go lower? Yes, I think so. The target that I'm looking for, guys, on the SPY, the target that I'm looking for is going to be right down here. This is the zone that I am looking for. I'm going to draw it out for you right here. This is the level that I am looking for in the overall markets for us to get down to. So I do believe that you are going to see this pullback, this crash that you saw on Friday. I believe that you're going to get more downside. And this area right here in this green rectangle, this is the area that I'm looking for potentially the next add in my long-term portfolio. Because I added, like I said, listen, I added about 18 different stocks on June 17th. Again, if you missed it, go back and watch my live stream from June 17th. This area right here is where I'm looking for the markets to pull back into. Then you're going to get August inflation data coming up here in the next couple of weeks. That's when I'm going to look to say, did inflation come from 8.5? What if it goes from 8.5 to 7.9 or 8.0? You've got to start to be looking to possibly add in the long-term portfolio if that is the case. So again, I'm not just automatically buying when we get to 390, but 390, the high 380s, that's the zone. That's the area that I think this market pullback takes you down to. And then we see what happens with inflation, right? But that's the area that I'm looking for us to really get down to. And how can you position yourself for success? Well, you should want to, we're going to short rallies until we get ourselves down there. I'm looking for a bounce back to 408, 409. That's the level I'm looking for to get myself into more put options on the SPY. I think we might get maybe the possibility of a turnaround Tuesday tomorrow, or maybe the markets bounce back to 4.8, 4.9, and then that's the area you look to get put options, and then you ride it over for the next 1 to 2 weeks, ride it down to that 390, take profits, and then we look, did inflation continue to come down? If the answer is yes, we add in our long-term portfolios. If inflation did not come down, then we sit back, we be a little bit more patient, and then we look for like 370, 375. Okay? So that is how I plan on taking advantage of this crash that you saw Friday. It got a
One second, guys. Mike will be right back. Mike will be right back. He's just having a technical issue on his end. Give him a second. He will be right back. All right. 2 seconds. He's coming right back. And there we go. Mike, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. You're good.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I lost my connection there for a short little moment, but we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. The 3 best friends that anyone could have. All right. The wolf pack. We're back, folks. All right. So like I said, Joey, welcome to the family. But that means, guys, that we're running out of laptops. Once we get underneath 10, they're going to fly. The same thing happened last night. Once we get under 10, everybody loves free laptops. I get it. You guys love free stuff. Use it to trade with. Use it for work. Give it to your kid for school. Sell it on eBay. I don't care. It's a free laptop. We'll ship it to you anywhere in the world. We even cover the shipping costs. You don't have to enter your address to get the free laptop. Okay. Once you join, you'll get a welcome email that has instructions on how to claim the free laptop. Okay. So you guys don't have to worry about entering your address in order for you to get that free laptop. Okay. And again, remember, if you guys have any questions about the membership, or if you're a previous trial or previous member, text 786-505-4047. That is how you guys will be able to take advantage of this discounted price before the price goes up at midnight. Price is going to go up at midnight. It's going to continue to go up every day. It's not going to be cheaper on Labor Day. I'm telling you guys this now. It's going to be a big week. You get a lot of economic data. You know, after that, you're going to get more jobs data on Wednesday. You're going to get more stuff coming out here this week. There's more Fed members going to be speaking. This is not your typical August. There's a lot happening right now. There's a lot riding on these next couple of months. If you botched the 2022 sell-off so far, if you botched the 2020 sell-off, don't screw up this opportunity a third time. 2020 was an opportunity. 2022 is another opportunity. Don't try to trade through this stuff alone, guys. Join a group of about 10,000 members that are led by a team of myself plus 8 other professional traders that have about 100 years of combined trading experience between the all of us. Right? Don't try to go through this and navigate it on your own. All right. So, like I said, Joey, welcome to the family. All right. Next question. How long did it take you to have the mindset you have about the markets as opposed to following the narrative? Any tips? Honestly, it didn't take me long because it's a little different because I actually traded through 2008, which is the worst stock market crash that any of you have lived through. Nobody was around for the Great Depression of the 20s and 30s. So that was the worst environment ever. That's why it's called the Great Recession, right? And the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s was bad as well, right? But I was too young during the dot-com bubble. 2008 was bad, really bad. And even then, let me put this into perspective for you, okay? Because when it's like, how did it take me, how long did it take me to get that mindset of when the world is ending, it's an opportunity? Well, all you need to do is look at 2008 to really put this into perspective, right? This is 2008. The worst, this is a weekly chart. Each candle is a week. It's the worst stock market crash that any of you have really ever lived through, okay? The markets went down about 55% from the 2007 high to the 2009 low, okay? We were down 38% in the year of 2008, but down about 55 from the 2007 high to the 2009 low. Now, what really kind of changed my perspective was the fact that as bad as 2008 was, do you see what the markets did in 2009? You basically took back almost the whole drop. The markets gained over 20% in 2009. Not a lot of people realize that. The world was completely ending. The financial system was completely collapsing in 2008. Banks needed bailouts. You were 48 hours away from going to the ATM and the banks being like, I'm sorry, we don't have your money. That really was a worst case scenario situation in 2008. And even in a worst case scenario situation, a SMELE, stock market extinction level event, right? Even then, the market went back to all-time highs just a couple years later. By 2013, you're back to all-time highs? Really? By 2011, it was like 2008 had never even happened. Do you have any idea how many people said in 2008, that's it? The stock market's done. We're never going to go back to the all-time highs. We went back just a couple years later. And that was a end of the world scenario. So that's what really changed my mindset, that the worst stock market crashes of anyone's lifetime on this live stream is about 55% on the S&P. The dot-com bubble, the S&P went down about 55%, give or take 1 or 2 points. And in 2008, the S&P went down about 55%, give or take 1 or 2 points. So the way that I look at this is those were worst case scenario situations. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And the S&P only went down 55%. Now, I say only because what I see circulating amongst the media now is the stock market's going to go down 80%. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't think this is a worst case scenario situation or event. I don't think it's going to be as bad as 2008 was. And even if it was, Well, 55% kind of seems to be the worst case scenario for the S&P. So when you put that into perspective and you start to look at it that way, yeah, the stock market went down 38% in 2008, but it went up like 22% in 2009. That's all the proof you need that the worst case scenario situations are not SMELEs, stock market extinction level events. Rather, they're the greatest wealth building opportunities of your freaking life. That's what they are. Anyone that had the patience, the wherewithal to invest in 2008, anyone that had the patience and the wherewithal to invest in 2015 and 16, when the markets had their crashes in 15, 16 on the back of recession fears, anyone that had the wherewithal to invest in 2008 during the China trade wars and the fears about the Fed raising rates, anyone that had the wherewithal to invest in the 2020 COVID crash, that's how you build wealth. You build wealth when everybody is talking about the complete end of the world, because that's when all of these stock prices go down significantly so that you can buy them and then look back 3 years from now and be like, oh my goodness, I'm sure glad that I bought. Because how many of you look back and you all look at 2020 and you go, oh man, what an opportunity that was. You look back at 2018, oh man, what an opportunity 2018 was. Oh man, what an opportunity 2008 was. But no one ever says, man, I'm glad I invested during that time, because you were too scared to invest during that time because you let the media convince you that the world was ending. And Arkashian, very famously, don't ever bet on the end of the world, because it only happens once. The odds are not in your favor to bet on the world ending. I don't think the world's ending. Do you think the United States is going to become a third world country? I don't. Do you believe in the future advancements of technology? I do. Do you think inflation is just going to stay up here forever and we're going to become Venezuela? I don't. Or do you think inflation is going to eventually come down at some point next year, as it's continuing to come down, as it already started to come down, and you have the tightest jobs market in history, and that job market can provide you a little bit of a buffer as we go into an economic slowdown or even a recessionary environment, but that job market will shield you from a situation where unemployment gets over 10% and you have a real serious recession like you had in 2008, like you had in 1982, like you had in 1980, like you had during 2001. So it didn't take me long to have that perspective and to realize that the end of the world scenarios, I love them. I selfishly love them because it allows me opportunities to buy stocks at very discounted prices that 3 years, 5 years from now are going to build me and my family wealth. And that's the game. That's why we do this. That's why we invest. But everybody says, oh, but Mike, isn't investing right now risky? Isn't it risky? Everything's risky. Life is risky. Starting a new job is risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Starting a business is risky. Life is risky. Life is so risky that, guess what? You're not going to make it out alive. I hate when people say, oh, but Mike, but isn't investing risky? Not investing is risky. According to the stock market, look at history. Not investing is more risky than investing. You want to invest when people say it's not a good time, because the only reason people say it's not a good time is because stock prices are down. I don't want to buy things at all-time highs. I want to buy things when everything's down. But the media makes you think the complete opposite way. The stock market was at all-time highs last year. How many people told you now is a good time to be in the stock market? Last year, everybody told you this is a great time to be in stocks. This is a great time to be in crypto, when everything was at all-time highs. Now things are down and everyone's like, oh, no. This is a bad time. This is a bad time. What? No. That's where wealth is built. Next question. The stock market environment looks really hard to navigate. Is anyone in TGD making money now? Yes. It's not hard to navigate. You know, the majority of members are making money and they are becoming better traders. I'll prove it to you right now. Members of TTG, very simple question for you. Members, are you making money? Are you becoming better traders? If the answer is yes, type the $. Yeah, maybe this environment, you know what? I take that back. This environment's actually really hard to navigate on your own. Most people just got involved in the stock market last year, 2020. So yeah, you people, you have a hard time navigating this market because you've never experienced a bear market before. You have no idea how to trade in this environment. You have no idea what to do when things go down instead of just go straight up like they did last year. Look at all these people typing the $sign in chat. How could it possibly be in a bear market, the stock market's crashing, yet all these people are making money? All these people, these are your peers. They literally found True Trading Group the exact same way you did, and that's on one of these live streams. They had all the same hurdles, all the same obstacles. I got a full-time job. They got small accounts. They've lost money in the market before. You know, they had no experience, but yet now here they are telling you they're making money and that they're becoming better traders. If they can do it, so can you. They're not smarter than you. They don't have more money than you. They're not faster than you. They don't have more experience than you. And here they are now telling you that they're making money and they're becoming better traders. If they can do it, guys, so can you. Their process started the exact same way. They found True Trading Group on a live stream. And now here they are telling you that they're making money. Yeah, this environment's hard to navigate on your own. Join a group of 10,000 members that genuinely gives a damn whether you succeed or fail, that are led by a team of myself and 8 other professional traders, becomes a lot easier to navigate. Next question. Oh, God. Sorry. just reading some comments. Nice. Way to go, Con. Con pulled out 25% gain on that AMD trade today. Great job. Good question. What trading and investing goals do you have for yourself for the balance of 2022? My goal for the rest of 2022 is to get the balance of my money invested. So I very publicly told everybody at the end of last year that I was selling in my long-term portfolio. So I raised cash. I have put some of that money into the market. Okay, May 10th, I put a little bit of the money in around 3,800 on the S&P. On June 17th, I put a much bigger chunk in at 3,600. And I still have some money that is sitting on the sidelines waiting to be deployed. So my goal here for the rest of the year is actually to take advantage of this volatility and this market pullback and get more of that money into the market if inflation does continue to come down at 40, 50, 60 basis point clips. All right. That is going to be, that's my goal. Right. And my goal is to finish out 2022 and have a record-breaking month, a record-breaking year. That's my goal. My goal is to have the biggest year that I've ever had. There's a lot of members in True Trading Group that set that goal and are actually having that. I want as many of my teaching members to be green on the year and to have walked away from the most volatile, first bear market that many of them have ever traded through. My goal is to have as many TGD members be green on the year from an active trading standpoint, and to have also taken advantage and have built a long-term portfolio that can generate wealth for them and their families for years to come. And that is my goal for the rest of the balance of 2022. And nothing's going to stop me from achieving it. Nice. Way to go, WW Music Man. 30% gain on AMD puts. Great job. Guys, how many people are on the live stream right now? How many of you are not members of True Trading Group? Do me a favor. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. I want to see, we got about 1,300 people that are watching us live on the different networks. So if you guys can just do me a favor, type the letters TTG right now in chat. I want to see how many people on the live that are not members of True Trading Groups. Just go ahead right now, guys, type the letters TTG if you're not a member of the TTG family. Let's see. We got Morali, welcome, Maximus, Sam, Yosh, Harsh, Francis, Eric Miller, Sweet Dog, Better Together. Nice. Christopher, Sergio, Jordan, Joel, Wilson, Grant Dog, Dan, Ricky Tyler, Steve-O, Paulie, what's up, John? Kyle. Great, guys. We got a lot of new people here that are on the live stream. Kenneth, Paros, Joey, Noble, RS, Nobody Like You. I love it, guys. This is great. All right, so we got a lot of people here that are new to True Trading Group. I want to make sure that everyone that just typed TTG, I want to make sure you guys all really understand that tonight's the last night for the 1137 price point. Okay, tonight's the last night for the 1137 price point. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121. The price will drop from 22.12 all the way down to 1137. You're also going to get yourself a brand new free laptop. Okay, the laptop, we cover the shipping costs. We ship anywhere in the world. It's going to be either an Asus, Dell, Lenovo, HP, or Acer brand laptop. You do not have to enter your address to get the free laptop. Once you join, you'll get a welcome email with instructions how to claim that free laptop. Again, the price is going to go up at midnight tonight. Okay, you guys have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. After tonight, the price is going to jump over $11.50. And then we'll be around $11.85 on Labor Day. And then after Labor Day, we're going to jump to $13.50. So right now, the $11.37 price point, that is what you guys want to take advantage of here right now today. Send a text message to 786-505-4047 if you are a previous trial, or previous member, and you guys want that $11.37 price point before the price jumps. Take advantage of it. If you have questions about the membership, don't be shy. Don't hesitate. Send a text message so we can get you guys taken care of and we can help you out. The phone number is right there at the bottom of your screen. Remember, the 1137 includes everything. There's no upsells for courses. There's no upsells for tools. You get the entire 18-course curriculum. Joe, why don't we post up that link again? So if you guys are not members, you can click on the link. You can see for yourself everything you get access to. That's a simplified version of the education I received when I worked at the fund in New York. You're also going to get $5,000 worth of tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Quote Media. You don't pay extra for those things, guys. But if you went to the companies directly, it's going to cost you around $5,000. Don't do that. Spend the $11.37. You get access to it for free when you join TTG. All the trade alerts from the mods and I, sporting an 80% win rate collectively over the last 2 years, and access to the best damn community of around 10,000 traders and investors from all over the world. And of course, the double your money back guarantee. The double your money back guarantee, I don't think you need it, right? You're not joining True Trading Group just to get your money back. You're joining True Trading Group to make money and gain the skill set that you need to be able to reach financial goals that you never thought were possible. But I have no problem giving the double your money back because that's how confident I am. This platform can help you reach your goals. It's simple. You have 12 months. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend the study group. You do those three things. If you don't make the 1137 back at least once, I'm going to give you double your money back. Literally. I'm going to give you double your money back. You guys will pay the 1137. If you guys do not make back the 1137, I'm going to give you $2,274. Okay, that's $2,274 if you do not make the 1137 back. That's how confident I am. Now, we've only had to refund 2.5% of our members. That's why I can offer you this double your money back guarantee without blinking an eye, without breaking a sweat. We also have a retention rate of 78%. That means those are people that are renewing their membership. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with 1,700 reviews. Go read them. Go check them out. Based on our reviews, our retention rate, our refund rate, I can very confidently say True Trading Group has worked for thousands of people. And as long as you're willing to put it forth a little bit of effort, I'm confident it can work for you as well. But there's only 13 of those laptops left here, guys. Okay. So you have to go 11. I'm sorry. There's only 11 of those laptops left. You got to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. And as long as you see a laptop on your checkout cart, you're going to get one of the 11 that are remaining. I wouldn't even wait for me to finish talking or finish the live stream. I would just open up a new web browser now and grab your free laptop, trade with it, use it for work, give it to your kid for school, sell it on eBay. Doesn't matter to me. It's free. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. You live on planet Earth? Cool. We'll get your free laptop. You don't have to enter your address, though. Remember, you're going to get a welcome email with instructions how to claim the laptop. All right. So if you have questions about anything, don't hesitate. Send a text message to 786-505-4047. All right. So there you guys go. All right. So let's move on now. Let's hit on a couple of other things here. I want to talk to you guys about kind of what I expect to happen here tomorrow, because I kind of feel like tomorrow I feel like we're kind of set up for maybe a turnaround Tuesday off of the 50-day moving average. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's go to the charts. Let's talk about this a little bit. Disregard these tails. These tails are not real. These are after-hours prints that are coming through. All right. These are after-hours prints that are coming through, but I'm going to show you this level here. 399, 400. All right, let's go over this. This dark blue line you see on my screen, that's the 50-day moving average. You see it's right there? And you see how that's also this previous little pivot high? That's a level that I'm looking at for a possible bounce. So you had the sell-off day on Friday. You got the follow-through today, right? More downside. Now tomorrow, okay, tomorrow you're going to have the home price index, Case and Chill's home price index. That should take the markets maybe down to that 400. Then at 10 o'clock, you're going to get consumer confidence. And then at 10 o'clock, you're going to get job openings. And then at 11 o'clock, you're going to get the Federal Reserve chairman, the New York Fed president, not Jerome Powell. The New York Fed president is going to be speaking at 11 o'clock. I think that between consumer confidence, and I think consumer confidence is going to be better because gas prices have come down and consumers like that. That's like one of the things that, even though there's a lot of other areas of inflation that are still high, consumer sentiment and confidence is very closely tied to gas prices. Gas prices have come down under $4 a gallon. Sorry, my Californian friends. In most places of the country, regular is under $4 a gallon. Now that makes consumers feel better. All right. So between consumer confidence, job openings, if job openings are still high, if consumer confidence is better than expected, and then you get a Fed president speaking at 11 o'clock, that maybe makes the markets feel like, hey guys, I know Jerome Powell was hawkish on Friday, but he didn't say anything new. We're just going to keep going. We're going to make sure inflation comes down. And hey, everything still looks good. The jobs market's still strong. The economy is still in good shape. Yes, it's slowing, but we think that the economy can withstand the rate hikes, and we're determined to bring down inflation. And if the Fed president says that, it's very possible you can have a turnaround Tuesday where the markets bounce off of the 50-day moving average and we climb back up to 407, 408, 409, somewhere right in that region. And that's a trade that I'm going to be looking for. So if we go through, okay, if we go ahead and we start to take a look at the SPY and we look at a 15-minute chart, all right, what I'm going to start looking for is a bounce back into this region, right? Let's pull it up. I want to show you guys the level that I'm going to be looking for. Okay, so tomorrow I'm looking for maybe the markets get down to here. Okay, I'm thinking maybe the markets get down to here, right? Maybe we do something like this. We got to welcome Caleb. Caleb, welcome to the TTG family. Caleb, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. That means there are now just 10 of those laptops remaining. All right, there are 10 laptops remaining. Everybody welcome Caleb. Okay, guys, go to ttgoffer.com, enter TTG121 coupon code, get yours. Price is going up at midnight. right? Price is going up at midnight. Make sure you guys jump on the 1137 price by now. It will not be cheaper for Labor Day. Labor Day, it's probably going to be like 1185. Save yourself the $50. Why pay the extra $50? All right. So welcome, Caleb. Giovanni, welcome. There's now just 9. I told you these go quickly once we get to 10. Giovanni, welcome to the TTG family. There are now just 9 of those laptops remaining. Again, guys, go claim yours. Hurry up. As long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter TTG121 coupon code. You got the W money back guarantee. I don't think you need it, but it's there to make it for peace of mind. And you guys can jump on the 1137 price before it goes up. If you have any questions, the phone number is right at the bottom of your screen, 786-505-4047. Don't call that number. It is a text-only phone number. So send a text message to that number, and we'll get you guys taken care of. All right. So Giovanni, welcome to the family. So what I'm looking for tomorrow, let me kind of walk you guys through this. I think maybe we can get, a move to the downside like this, get down to the 50-day moving average, test it. And then I think maybe we can get a turnaround Tuesday and the markets can actually bounce. Like we can climb back higher. And I'm going to look for us to get right up into this region that you guys see right up here, right? This is the region I think we're going to try to get back up to. And why do I think we're going to try to get there? Because that, my friends, is this major level of support, right? You guys see that? Of course you do. I'm showing it to you, right? See this level? See that support level? That's where I'm going to look actually to short the market. But I think we can get maybe a turnaround Tuesday. We can bounce back into that zone. Then we'll get put options and we'll ride it back down. But I think you can get a turnaround Tuesday where maybe you finally get a little bit of a bounce. There was no bounce in the market really today. We actually traded lower today after Friday's big sell-off. You got a little bit more downside. I think tomorrow you can get a little bit of a relief bounce if we can get some calming words from the New York Fed president. And if consumer confidence is not as bad, if the job openings are not as bad, if you get some data that's not as bad and the Fed president's not as hawkish, maybe you can get a little bit of a relief rally and we look for a turnaround Tuesday. And that's how I'm going to position myself. And that's how I plan on making money here for tomorrow, right? Big trade today, short AMD. Told you guys pre-market what the whole game plan was. That's the advantage of being part of the TTG platform. You're going to know exactly what the traders at TTG are going to do before they do it. You don't have to worry about trying to chase trades or anything. We tell you what we're going to do before we do it. So you know exactly what the game plan is. Where are we going to buy? Where are we going to short? Where are we going to sell? Where are we going to cover? You're going to know exactly where we're going to stop out. You're going to know all those things before we even enter the trade. All right. So there we have it. So I'm going to look for a bounce back to like 408, 409. That's the level I want to look to get short again. I think we're going to bounce back to 408, 409. Let's see. This all rests on, obviously, what happens with the data tomorrow, but also it rests on what does the New York Fed president actually say. Right? So that's going to determine what the market's going to do. But those are my thoughts. And I'm going to talk to my members through the data tomorrow as it comes out. We'll analyze it in real time as we always do. I'll tell you guys if I'm still bullish or bearish on the market for the day. And if we're going to be long or short, we're going to be in calls or puts for the day. But eventually, I think we get down to the 390 level. And then that's where I think the markets try to find their footing. We probably stabilize around 390, 388. That's where I think the markets try to stabilize over the next 2 weeks. But I think we can get maybe just a little bit of upside tomorrow. All right. And that's it. Okay. So there you guys have it. All right. Does anybody have any questions about what I just said? I'll open things up real quick for a quick little Q&A. Does anybody have any questions before we do our giveaway? We got to give away $1,000 here today on the live stream. So does anybody have any questions? If you have questions, now is the time to ask. Now is the time to ask. If anybody has questions, now is the time to ask. Any questions? Mike, do you think core inflation will come down or just commodity? No, I do think core inflation will come down. I do. I think inflation has peaked. So I think inflation will come down now. It's just a matter of how quickly does it come down? That's the question mark. Does it come down at like a little tiny little trickle, or does it come down meaningfully? That's the question. And I don't think the inflation is going to come down as quickly as the Fed would like, which is why they're going to have to raise rates and then keep rates elevated going into next year. So I don't see the Fed cutting rates, which is really what Jerome Powell reiterated on Friday. Where he basically was like, guys, I'm not cutting rates in 2023. So I don't know why everyone's thinking that. That's basically what he said. Because after the Fed meeting in July, the market started pricing in rate cuts in 2023. And Jerome Powell sitting there like, what? I never said that. Okay, so he really put the kibosh on that rather quickly. So, it's just a matter of does inflation come down quickly? Is really what we're going to be paying attention to. So I do think core inflation does come down. It came down last month. I think it comes down again next month. Maybe it comes down next month. Next question. About how long have I been trading? About 16 years. I began my career working at a hedge fund in New York City as my very first job out of college. All right, guys, it's giveaway time. One lucky TTG member is going to be winning $1,000 here right now. We're going to go ahead. We're going to spin that wheel. Why do we do this? Why not? It's fun. We like to give back to our members. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to spin this wheel. One lucky member at True Trading Group is going to win $1,000. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Let's see. Who do we got? Who's it going to be? Let's go and spin the wheel of names. Round and round we go. One lucky TTG member. Who's it going to be? $1,000 is going to Smurf. Animal Kingdom. Great show. Smurf. Congratulations. Congratulations on the $1,000. Smurf, send an email to adam@truetradinggroup.com. Send an email to adam@truetradinggroup.com. Smurf, congratulations on winning $1,000. Folks, today's keyword, code word rather. Today's code word. This is for members only. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, don't worry about this. It's code word number 4 out of 18. This is something that we do with members. It's part of a $5,000 giveaway. The code word for today, ladies and gentlemen, is Miami, where I currently am. The code word is Miami. Okay, Miami is the code word for today. All right, that's code word number 4 out of 18. This is part of a $5,000 giveaway that we do with members. If you're not a member, don't worry about this code word. This is not for you. This is for members only. All right. So there we have it, folks. Code words Miami. Congratulations, Smurf. I'm done with the educational part of the live stream. So if you're not interested in the membership at all, you guys can sign off the live stream now. But make sure you subscribe to the channel first. Smash the like button. Turn on your notifications. I do this 6 days a week. I'll be doing it again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Right? So make sure you guys don't ever miss out on any of these live streams. But if you are interested, stick around. I'm going to show you the actual platform. Right? See for yourself. Everything you're going to get access to as a member of True Trading Group. Because we are an all-inclusive program, all-inclusive platform. You pay the one price, $11.37. You get access to all of our courses, all of our tools. So let me actually show you the platform so you see everything you have access to for the $11.37 before the price goes up at midnight, and you guys can claim one of those free laptops. Of course, you're going to get our chat room. The mods and I share our screen with you. We're live on the mic. We're calling out our trades in real time before we even make them, like you saw in the video clip that I showed you guys from earlier today. We're there with you from pre-market all the way through until the market closes. We're not gone after 2 hours and you have to fend for yourself. We also have a mobile app that lets you see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, and get real-time push notifications whenever a moderator enters or exits a trade, so that you guys can benefit from the TG platform while working a full-time job. That's how so many of our members, guys, we have over 10,000 members in True Trading Group. Most of them have a full-time job. So that mobile app is crucial. It's on iPhone and Android. It's free. We spent a lot of money building out that and developing that mobile app so that you guys can take advantage. All right. You're also going to get 2 private study groups with your membership. This is a chance for you to talk to one of our pro traders, ask questions so we can speed up your learning curve and get you started on the right path. You're also going to get Benzinga Pro's a real-time news feed, live breaking up to the second news alerts right inside of our chat. If you went to Benzinga directly, this is going to cost you over $1,000 a year. It's included with your membership when you join TTG for $11.37. We spent years building relationships with these companies so that we can put their products on our platform without having to charge you another dollar. You also get TradingView's premium charting software. That's about $600 a year. It's free when you join True Trading Group. The Trade Idea scanner is probably the industry standard scanner. Make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks around the day. That's another few $100 a year. It's free with your membership when you join TTG. The ETNA simulator. That's the simulator that's used in different universities across the country. It lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. So you can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses. If you went to ETNA directly, this will cost you just under $1,000 for the year. It's free when you join True Trading Group. You also get our own proprietary scanner that lets you create your own custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow. This is stuff that used to only be available to professionals. Now it's at the fingertips of TG members. That's how we level the playing field. You also get a journal that tracks all your trading, gives you statistics. You can see what you're doing wrong and what you need to improve on. A social sentiment scanner will go through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you which ticker symbols are being mentioned most so you can stay ahead of the crowd. And then the watch list. Every day we publish a watch list with a game plan on how we plan on trading the stocks we're looking at, just like I showed you in that video clip earlier today. And then, of course, all of our courses. The courses are a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. It's all included. There are no VIP courses that cost more money after you join. You join today, going to ttgoffer.com. You enter the code TTG121. You pay the $11.37. That's a 48% discount. You get the free laptop, and you never pay us another dollar for courses or tools. Then on top of the courses, there's a video library with about 300 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we've conducted, like how to grow a small account, how to build a long-term portfolio. And then you can attend all these workshops live once you become a full-time member. Guys, it's time you invested in something real. A platform that gives you real value, that gives you real education, access to real tools that professional traders use. I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee you is that if you don't make back the $11.37 after you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group, I'm going to give you back $2,274. That's double what you're going to pay to join True Trading Group. That's how confident I am in our platform. Nobody else is willing to give you double your money back. That means if you fail, we're going to lose money. And I don't mind offering you that because, like I said, we've only had to refund 2.5% of our members. So chances are you're not going to need the double your money back guarantee, but it's there for peace of mind. You got a few of those laptops remaining. Remember, as long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. The price is going to go up at midnight tonight. It's going to continue to go up from here on out. $11.37 is the cheapest price you guys are going to be able to get access to the membership for. Just go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121. If you are still unsure about the membership, you don't think it's for you, try out our 7-day trial. You get 7 full trading days. Weekends and holidays don't count against your 7 days. So don't worry about Saturday, Sunday. The markets are closed Monday for Labor Day. Don't worry about that. It doesn't count against your 7 days. It's only $3. We charge $3 to make sure you're a real person. Go to ttgthree.com. That's TTG3 spelled out. And you guys can join us for our 7-day trial. It's a one-time payment. There's no automatic renewal. There's no automatic upgrade. It is a one-time payment of $3. That's it. Try it out. See if True Trading Group's right for you. Get your books in chat. It's going to be a big week. All right. That's it, folks. Thanks for joining me here this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't ever miss out on these lives. I will see you all in chat tomorrow. Let's see if we get the turnaround Tuesday. I'll see you guys later.